Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Giving Thanks. We are giving thanks, and no matter what the circumstance, we're going to give thanks. So, put that as a quote from me. No matter the circumstance, we're going to give thanks. Today's message is about leaders. Leaders who lead with righteousness, according to Micah. So we're in the book of Micah. That's so good. Oh my goodness, that is delicious. So I had my hot tea already. I've been up already, cleaning, meditating, and it's been struggles, you know. But anyway, we're in the Bible challenge. We're in the book of Micah, chapter 3, and it's about triumph. Okay, hotter the battle, sweeter the victory. And oftentimes we get, like as I mentioned, circumstances. Turn this one on. Oh, it's not coming in. And this, because of circumstances. So I just got up. Thank you for joining. We are live, and this is Giving Thanks. Hi. I have my light hair going. Okay. Hi, Gerald Mendoza. How are you? Thank you so much for joining. Let me get another little right there. Thank you so much for joining. We are live in the Rise. And as I was mentioning, we're in the book of Micah for the Bible challenge. The book of Micah. Yay! Let there be light. And there was light. Excuse me, boy. So we are in the Bible challenge, the book of Micah. Let me turn this around this way. I'm having a shadow for some reason. Let's do that way. Yeah. Hi. Okay, here we go. So our Bible challenge is in the book of Micah, chapter 3. And we have battles happening. We have battles happening in our home, outside the home, in the world. And we come not to fight against flesh and blood. So why fight me? Why put me down or make me feel sad with words? People use words to, hurt other people, and it's not nice. So it's up to us to be examples. And today's message about leaders lead with righteousness, according to the book of Micah. Micah comes now, and today in the Bible challenge, September 16th, Judah's Day of Triumph. So we have, as princes, as people, Micah knows the nation's morals can be no stronger than the nation's leaders. So when you have leaders that are not holding morals in high regard, you're going to have a nation of people that are not going to do it either. Hi, Jerry. So we have to be examples of the righteousness, the right thing to do. And Micah, this is what Micah is talking about. So it's similar to chickens coming home to roost. When you send your chickens out of the barnyard with false narratives of hate and all this, and one supremacy of a certain group, and you send out your chickens out there, they're going to bring that, and that violence is going to return. Okay. Thank you for joining. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. This is a feel-good channel of words that are lifted up so we know how to use words and we can empower ourselves and others around us with the words we use. So that's what it's about. September 16th, and we do a Bible challenge. Stay tuned because we do word of the day. Stay tuned because we do a verse of the day. So these are, it may uplift you, so stick around, sit, have some tea. I'm having my juice blended up, banana. I take this on the go so I can keep my brain in a good flow, because I do a lot of work, a lot of thinking work, I gotta focus. So this helps in that process, and it's delicious. I put bananas, fruits in there. It's so good. So, my goodness, it's delicious. So I take this with me when I'm traveling. It has a charger, and I put fruits in there to drink. It's so good. So down. So Micah is in this process. Hi, the Jones family hustle. Hey, what's happening? Blessed rise to y'all. Thank you so much. Families are important, and families are the nucleus, as you would say, of a nation. And we're talking about that in the book of Micah. So Micah, there's princes and priests alike that are perverting justice, okay, oppressing the helpless, and minister for bribes. So this is what's happening in the time of Micah, okay? Thank you. Congratulations for hitting 100K. Let's give it up to the Jones family hustle. Woo, 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 woo. So in the time of Micah, these things are happening. There's greed and injustice. Micah declares their judgment will be dark and disgraceful. Well, not really dark. I don't want to use that word because there's some people's skin who is dark. As you can see in the background here, we have picture of children, black children, and they're black, they're dark. So using that word is not really good because some people represent themselves in that way. Therefore, I use the word depressive, delusional, something of that sort, instead of dark. So the judgment is going to be, disgraceful rather. It's going to be not good. When you don't do good, you don't get good back. So there's a difference now. In the final days, righteousness will be a way of life. In other words, that's what people are going to turn to, is righteousness, doing good, thinking good, giving good, being kind, and most of all, having grace and mercy for others, because we want that for ourselves. So it's, that those days of righteousness will be a way of life, and the afflicted will be the objects of righteousness's special attention. So, in other words, you're gonna have a hard struggle doing good. It's easy to do bad and slip away into the night. However, it's hard to stand up and be kind and be brave when you may have feelings that may not be good towards someone. You still have to be kind and show respect. It's hard, but in these days, in the nations, that's not happening. We're seeing people being executed in front of crowds because they speak and what they want to speak. And people are haters. They dislike people. They are haters. And haters are taking up their arms. Therefore, lovers, are you a lover? Lovers have to take up their arms and embrace righteousness even more tightly in this time. So, Micah's message is important. And Micah is speaking of this emergence of righteousness. There's going to be this executor of vengeance upon the rebellious. Okay? So, in the Bible challenge, we have false narratives of tranquility, meaning that you have to have money to be tranquil and happy. No, you can have $1 in your account and you're happy because you're with yourself, embracing righteousness and surrounding yourself with people that love you. So in the book of Micah, we have that. We have false narratives that people are, perpetuating, these false prophets. And then we have this place of tranquility, restoring true righteousness in its ultimate sacredness, restoring that. And then we have this Prince of Righteousness. There's this ruling Jacob's remnant. So we are the remnants. We have to pick up our righteous arms and embrace. Thank you for liking the video. And embrace the goodness and mercy that we have been given. Just to wake up and breathe and see this video is a bless for you and for me. So in your daily walk, what is a good leader? A good leader is someone who balances sensitivity with responsibility. Okay? You can interpret that however you may. Balance is important. We have feelings. Some people get in their feelings, they get sensitive, and they retaliate. Now, we have to balance that sensitivity and responsibility. We need to be responsible. We don't want to act and pop off like we don't have any sense of being. We are loving beings, therefore we must have that entity of love within us. Shake off those negative entities of destruction, destroying, and manipulation and controlling. Just get away with that. Get off. It says, like, get behind me with that stuff, right? You are going to embrace goodness, mercy, and love. So a good leader has earned the awareness of others through honesty. People are aware of that leader because they're honest. They have integrity. They're honest. They're going to be transparent. They're going to be authentic. That's a good leader. A good leader facilitates development in others through being a servant. So a good leader is able to serve, is able to put others before themselves, serving the others as opposed to serving just themselves. A good leader keeps hope alive in others. Like a good leader lifts up others and makes them know and reminds them they are blessed, highly favored, and wonderfully made in the image that is of righteousness, goodness, mercy, and love. So, using that list of definitions, spend a few extra minutes evaluating leaders. All leaders, your leaders of your countries, wherever you may be, leaders in your schools, leaders in your health facilities, leaders in your nursing home facilities, leaders in your classrooms. You got students who are leaders in your classrooms. So, where did they fail in? And we're looking at the Bible leaders, Judah's leaders. You know, the Pharisees had gotten chewed out by Jesus. Jesus, they ain't play. So, where did they fail in their God-given assignment and why? You know, we have to look at that. Look at people's failures as examples. I tell my children, look at my failures as examples. Don't beat me down in the ground because I didn't do this or I didn't do that. Let me be that example now of what you need to do. Be respectful, first of all, right? So a leader is someone who's willing to learn from those who won't. Take a hard look at one of your personal leadership roles. You are a leader. You have roles where you lead in the home, at the office, in the dorm, if you're a student, in college, at the church, in your community. Can you spot an error committed centuries ago by Judah's leaders that you are in danger of duplicating today? So read the book of Micah because Micah uncovers the mistakes and the shortcomings of these people. Okay, they had no morals. They were perverted justice, oppressing the helpless. This is happening today. So when your ability to lead as righteousness intended depends on your willingness to learn from the mistakes of others, okay, then what will you do with that insight beginning right now? Not tomorrow, but right now. So when your ability to lead as God intended, as Jah intended, as Jesus intended, as Selassie the First intended, depends on your willingness to learn from the mistakes of others. Don't put people down. Learn from other people's mistakes. And then, right? Then what will you do with that insight when you learn from other people's mistakes? Begin right now. So good leaders take more than their share of blame. Okay, good leaders take more than their share of blame and less than their share of credit. A good leader doesn't want to have to get credit for what they do, right? They're not about that. They're about righteousness, leading in righteousness according to the book of Micah today. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for tuning in. And Micah and Isaiah, this is the insight now. Listen up. Micah and Isaiah ministered at the same time. That's why I love me some Isaiah. I'm learning about Micah. I don't know anything about the book of Micah. I'm not a Bible scholar. I'm not a, pastor at a church. I'm not a priestess. I'm not a whatever. I'm just a child of righteousness, goodness, mercy, and love. That, has many names for that. And the one name that I uplift is the ancient name, the Kadamawe name, the Jehovah Jireh names, right? And the name that's written on the side of that one that rides in righteousness, okay? So Isaiah is, similar to Micah in that they minister at the same time and perhaps on occasion side by side. I didn't even know that. Isaiah is big up, big up, big up. Micah is little is known of that one. And they were during the time of the nation of Judah. So while their books are similar in style and content, like style and what's inside the words, Micah is best known for his prophecy regarding the birth of Christ. So Isaiah for his prophecies describing both the birth and death of Christ. So in the book of Micah now, chapter 3, leaders and prophets are rebuked. They're rebuked. They're in some trouble, okay? This is what's happening in our world today. In chapter 4 of Micah, the mountain of righteousness, the mountain of the Most High Almighty, okay? It says the mountain of the Lord. And I just did some research and found out that the word the Lord is is attached to a lot of things. So I look at the mountain of goodness, the mountain of righteousness in its fullness is the temple and will be established, right? There is a plan. Righteousness has a plan. My son says that. He said, the Most High plan is not our plan. We may plan to do this, this, and this, and then it doesn't happen that way. So a promised ruler of righteousness from Bethlehem is about to come on the scene. Ooh, child. So that is our Bible challenge today. Read the book of Micah. Read the book of Micah. Please. And thank you. So let's look at, and then after Micah, we're going into Nahum. So if you want to read ahead, you can go ahead to Micah chapter 6 and 7. Okay? And that's, you can read, we'll be looking at that. Hopefully I'll be on to do that. For some reason I'm not, please do your homework and read the book of Micah. Okay? Let's shift gears now. We're going to look at what our verse of the day is. I haven't even looked at it and seen what it's saying. The verse of the day is James. James chapter 3 verse 13. It's a question. Who is wise and understanding among you? Who got some sense? Remember I just talked about that sense? Who got some sense? Who is wise and standing firm in righteousness among you? So I translate understanding into standing firm in righteousness. That's what understanding for me means. I'm not going to go under the stand. They use words to make you, put spells on you. I'm going to flip the script and use the word to make me stand upright. I'm a human being, so I'm not crawling on fours. So those who answer that question, right? Those who answer that question, come on, show and tell time. Show it through the good life and your good works done in humility. So you don't go do something for someone and then throw it back in there. I did this for you. No, you do your good works in humility. That comes from wise mind. It comes from up here, from your knowledge of sense, to be respectful and to have humility. So James, I love you, man. Chapter 3, verse, 13. I had a crush on a boy named James. Yeah. And not knowing this is why I had a crush on a boy named James, because of the verse of the day today, coming all the way from James chapter 3, verse 13. James chapter 3, verse 13. So our verse today is holding up our Bible challenge. You see how it's just aligning? It's holding up our Bible challenge. So when I look at that, I'm like, oh, wow, the verse of the day.
Verse. Verse of the day.
Thank you for the verse of the day, James.
Verse. Verse of the day.
James asked a question.
Verse. Verse of the day.
Who is wise
Verse.
and standing firm in
Verse of the
righteousness
day.
among you? Who is wise and standing firm in righteousness among you? Is there people standing firm in righteousness among you, or are they beating your ass? Are you living in a domestic violence situation? Are you being hurt by someone that you love? Is that person calling you names? Are they putting you down? Are they not communicating with you? Are they being mean? Are they throwing things back in your face? What is happening? They're not standing in righteousness. So ask yourself that question. Who is wise and standing in righteousness among you and not doing those nefarious things to you? You see, I'm by my self through righteousness that gives me that strength to carry on, because my son is no longer alive. My first son is passed away at 32 years old. I didn't even know he passed. So these things happen. It's hard. Then the following year, my dad, I'm seeing him on the ground, not alive, trying to wake him up. That's trauma. That's PT friggin' SD. Okay. Seeing our body. That's why I don't use the word body to represent my body. I use goody. I use my physical, my flesh. Okay. So because of all of that, the question I'm going to answer is keep on giving good. Because when people are not nice, somebody has hurt them. And that's why they're not being nice. When people are not nice, someone has hurt them. They have not healed. So they take it out on you and you. So the question that James chapter 3 verse 13 in the verse of the day is asking, who is wise and standing firm in righteousness? That's going to stand firm no matter what. No matter what comes their way in the world, no matter what happens, you're going to still be good. People are not doing that. They're going out and shooting people in the streets and slaughtering them down because they don't like what they say. They don't like how they look. They don't like them. People are haters and taking it to the extreme. Leave people alone. Stop hurting folks. Do good. Show. So the question that James is asking, those who answer that they're going to be wise and stand firm in righteousness, show it through your good life, the way you live your life. You're not being out here swindling folks. You're living a good life, being good to people and honest and having integrity and being humble through your works done in the humility that comes from that wise mind. Comes from that wise mind. This wise mind. So James chapter 3 verse 13 is a question that our Bible challenge is looking at. A leader. A good leader leads with righteousness. That's what a good leader does. Lead with righteousness. According to the book of Micah. So our verse today is wonderful. I love it. Let's shift gears now. Let's see what our word today is and what is being brought to us today by.
It's the word of the day. It's the word of the day. It's the word of the day. It's the word of the day, word of the day, word of the day.
Guess what? The word of the day today is brought to us by 1 John chapter 4 verse 7. And we had 1 John yesterday. 1 John chapter 4 verse 7. Beloved, love one another. Let all people love one another. Stop fighting each other. I am here to protect the black woman, especially the vulnerable. The black woman needs to be protected. Okay? And that's my New Year's commitment, is to protect the black woman. And no matter that what the black woman hates me or doesn't like me, is because they're hurt. They don't know who they are. I'm here to remind them. I'm here to tell them you are queen and you deserve to love yourself no matter what you've been told in the past about yourself. The devil is a lie. Drop it in the fire. So love is from above. And everyone that loves is born of that is above and knows that is above. Is aware of that. It's aware of that. You got to be aware of it. It's in you. It's in people to be good. Don't you think it's in a person, it's in the nation to do good? It's in them. But they want power. They're fighting now for power. So all this male testosterone and patriarchal politics is coming to a head. Like a bump on somebody, the head, you squeeze it out, boom, it's coming to a head. And it's going to be extinguished. Righteousness is going to cover the earth as the water cover the sea. People are going to be good to each other. People are going to be kind. It's going to be a day of that. And 1 John is telling us how to do it. Chapter 4, verse 7. Beloved, let I love one another. Love one another, because love is from above, from the Most High. Everyone that loves one another, that is kind, have mercy, that show respect, humility, humbleness, integrity, honesty, grace, calmness, quick to not quick to anger, all of these things. Everyone who loves all these things is of that one that's above and knows. They know that one. They got a relationship so they can be alone. They can be by themselves and they're good because they got the Most High. They might get a relationship with this person or that person. They might, but they know they got the Most High. They're not alone. They're not lonely. They're not missing something. They're not incomplete. You are a complete person just the way you are by yourself. Nobody can make you who God made you to be. People have children thinking it's going to help the marriage, and they have children, bringing the children, and they're still unhappy. Mothers are having babies and they're having what they call postpartum. They want this and then they don't want it's so 1 John chapter 4 verse 7 is ushering in our word today, and our word today is loving. This is what leaders who lead in righteousness, according to the book of Micah, are doing. They're loving. They're not at war. They're not making war. They're making love. It's raining right now where I'm at. It looks like a rainforest. It reminds me of when I was a child growing up and we went to St. Lucia at my grandmother's house and we walked up the trail to her house, and it just has this misty, nice rain. You hear the cars riding by. Well, not in my grandmother's house, but right now I hear the cars riding by and the wheels are turning the water on the road. In my grandmother's house, we didn't have a road. We walked up a trail. However, that feeling and that memory is present as the weather in this eastern part of the United States, where I'm at, on the eastern shore, is rainy. It's it's a shift happening. When you see the rain coming like this, it's a shift in the temperature. It's gonna start dropping to cold. So our word today is loving. Let's play the word of the song again. That's our word today.
It's the word
Loving.
of the day. It's the word of the day.
Loving is the word of the day.
It's the word.
Who you loving?
It's the word of the day. Word of the day. Word of the day.
Who you loving? Love the one you're with. You can't be with the one you love, then love the one you're with. Isn't that a song? Anywho, the word is loving. So who are you loving? What leaders are you loving? Are you loving your leadership? Or do you love the way you lead? So I am loving, kind, and compassionate. Okay? Are you loving, kind, and compassionate? All right. I ask that these words that I speak, the meditation of my heart, is acceptable to that is above, the most righteous of righteous. I call on that. Divine love lives within. Yeah, divine love lives within as an integral part of I righteous makeup. You know, you put your makeup on, you get ready. I don't have any makeup on. I got to get ready to go to work. But that righteousness, that divine love is an integral part of that righteous makeup, the way your righteousness is made. Love flows from your heart, right? Coloring your thoughts and guiding your actions. So when you do righteous actions, other people may not, they might, why are you talking to that person? They hurt you. Why you doing that? It's like, no. Love is guiding my actions, not you. Haters. Love is guiding my action. So opportunities to express my loving impulses as kindness, compassion, and standing firm in righteousness, bless I, as well as others along my path. So it's a two-way streak. It's a 2-for-1 thing, right? It's a 2-for-1 thing. So loving, I choose loving kindness, even when I am tempted to turn away from an uncomfortable situation. Okay? I don't know what other people are going through or what frustrating or unfortunate conditions may have caused their sour moods. However, when I respond from the love in my heart, I become a channel for bless. I am loving, knowing that sharing love creates a ripple effect, inspiring others to be loving. Selah, amen to that. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Have a blessed day. And remember to stand in love and do not fall in it. Take good care.